to Press Start, your weekly gaming news where we're going to be diving into the hottest games, the juiciest news, and just generally geeking out on games. I'm your host, Monkeychow, so buckle up, grab a controller, and be ready to press start. First off, folks, let's hit that rumble button and jump into the buzzworthy news of this week. First off, we have a little bit of an obituary. Rest in peace, DMZ. That's right, you heard me right, folks. Call of Duty has officially put DMZ out to pasture. It's a shame. DMZ, for those of you that don't know, was Call of Duty's version of the extraction looter shooter. What's that? Well, if you know what Tarkov is the hardcore version. You know what Hunt Showdown is, that's a billion headshots in one. This was the more casual version of it. You jump in, first-person shooter, you extract, and if you get out, you keep everything you got out with. Unfortunately, Call of Duty put out this week with the new Season 1, and they wrote in their blog, beginning with next week's launch of Season 1, DMZ beta players can continue the mode of Call of Duty, will remain fully playable with all current DMZ content, but it will no longer progress your battle pass, no longer add to any of your weapons or XP. Basically, this mode's just going to sit and they're going to leave it on. They said, we recognize having cross-progression with Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone may be frustrating to some players, but we felt now was the time to take the learnings from the beta and apply it towards future development efforts. Which is development speak for, yeah, this thing's going on life support. They're not going to be adding anything more to it, which is a shame. This was one of their best modes, but instead they want you to play zombies. Hopefully this means they're going to come out with something new. Hopefully this means there's going to be a new extraction looter shooter. But only time will tell. And in other gaming news, Baldur's Gate 3 just came out with a hardcore mode. If you weren't masochist enough to play it on hard in the game now, which is damn near impossible, they added a hardcore mode where you can't save scum and you have one shot at beating the game. For as hard as this game is, this is going to be a challenge. I'm looking forward to see how many people actually try the hardcore mode. We're going to see if I actually can get into that one. So not technically gaming news, but the Fallout TV series trailer just released this week. Look here. Look, right there. Right there. Do you see the amazingness of it? Now, for folks like me that originally bought the original Fallout, I don't care if that just aged me, bought the Fallout, every one of them, every piece of series. This is amazing. Look at what they did with the Brotherhood of Steel. This is going to be in Santa Monica, California. Whole new vault, Vault 33. This is, look, just go into the comments, go into the description. I'm going to link the trailer. You need to watch this. This was an amazing trailer. It's going to come out next year, so we have a little bit of time to wait. But this was a tease of tease. So many gaming references to all the games. They have dog meat. Dog meat's in it. They have dog meat. Look, dog meat. Dog meat. Yes. Dog meat. Dog meat. We have dog meat. This is amazing. So, guess what, folks? Go watch it. In other news, can't buy Disney Lorcana cards anywhere. Sold out. Everywhere. Go to Walmart. Sold out. Go to Target. Sold out. Go to local gaming store. Sold out. You can't buy Lorcana cards everywhere. Yep. Just can't buy them. They're going to reprint it. But, can't buy them. Moving on. Teamfight Tactics, the auto-battler from Riot Games, that's part of the League of Legends series of games, just released this new 10th season. 10th season's called Rumble. Why is this one pretty cool? Well, Rumble has music from Steve Aoki in it, and every time you put your different synergies on the map, the music changes. So you can have a country version, you can have an EDM version, you can have a metal version, and as you mix all your different units, it creates all different types of music. So much fun, so unique. No other game does that. It's still an auto-battler. For those of you that don't know what that is, you put down units, they fight for you, they fight against someone else or against some of the PvE opponents. And then from there, you see if you win. Awesome game. Should check it out. Might be playing that one on stream. We'll see. Now on to games that are coming out next week. That have me excited. It should have you excited as well. First on the list, Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm an Animal Crossing kid. Got it on the GameCube originally. If you're looking for something that has a Disney flair that's basically the same thing, Disney Dreamlight Valley's it. They went from a free-to-play game to an own game. So you buy the base game, and now they're releasing DLC, and the new DLC is coming out next week. The DLC is called Rift in Time. If you get this, it's going to add new areas. It's going to add a board game you can play with your particular types of characters. So you can play a board game against Mickey and Donald and Goofy. It's also going to add brand new characters to it as well. You're going to be having Gaston, and you're going to have Rapunzel. Of 2 that they've said so far, but there's 2 more. It says there's going to be 4 of them. So this is going to add a whole lot of content. This is something that everybody's been looking forward to. New features, more things to do, more outfits, more things to spruce up your town with. Tons of fun. If you're into Animal Crossing, you should check it out. A Rift in Time comes out on the 5th of December. Now this next one, I'm only mentioning because I'm curious. And because, as of watching from some of the news, this may be real now. The day before. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of news on this one. If you want to find some, go look online. But dear Lord, if you want to talk about disastrous launches, this one puts the Cyberpunk and the No Man's Sky, it puts all of them to shame. This one has been bad following the news with it. But, after delay after delay after delay, it actually looks like it's coming out. Coming out on the 7th. They've already released keys to some content creators. It actually has gameplay trailers now. Now, how good this is going to be, day before, for those of you that don't know, is going to be a survival PvPvE type shooter with zombies. Yes, there's tons of zombies. I know there's tons of games with zombies. But you're going to be going out, looting, bringing it back into a safe house, working with quests, building your own safe house. It's got a little bit of everything in it. Now, it's got a shaky past, as I said, but this actually comes out. There's a chance it's very good. I'm probably going to look at it. It says it's coming out on the 7th. We're going to see. This is one of the few that's coming out in early access, even though it was going to come out as full multiple times. But coming out, we're going to take a look. That's something that may be shown on this channel. If it's actually any good, keep your eye on it. Watch the Steam pages. The #1 wishlist game at the moment, so we're going to see how this goes very shortly. Last but not least, if you like Dancing with Smurfs, or as others call it, Avatar Frontiers, they're actually coming out with a game on December 7th. It is a first-person open-world game that's set within the Avatar universe, and it's kind of like Far Cry. I've seen a lot of videos on it. You're actually running around, you're doing quests, you're picking up different areas, you're opening up different parts of the map. It really does remind me of an Avatar version of Far Cry. And you get to ride the dragons all over the place. It is going to be an amazing game. I've already got it. I am definitely going to be playing this game next week. So keep an eye out. It is Avatars, Frontiers of Pandora. You can get it on Ubisoft. Pick it up, folks. It's going to be amazing. Comes out on December 7th. All right. And with that, it's time to head into the gaming gauntlet. Let's see what kind of games I've been playing this week. First up on the docket, HAWKED. As I mentioned earlier, with the death of DMZ, I've been looking for some extraction looter shooters that are not out to absolutely obliterate me like Tarkov or like Hunt Showdown. And I stumbled upon a game called HAWKED. HAWKED is on Steam at this moment in time. It is free to play. That's right, folks. I said free to play. Now, the monetization of it is absolutely disgusting. It is just like Diablo Immortal. It is in your face. There are multiple things you have to pay for, but you don't have to. This game is describing itself as a free online PvPvE extraction shooter. You squad up with pals to explore a mysterious island and battle monsters, solve puzzles, outfox enemies, and escape with ancient treasure. Now, what makes this different? It's third person, like Fortnite. You do little dances like this. Yeah, see that dance, see that dance. Yeah, do the shuffle, baby, LMFAO. But do a little bit of dancing. It's got a little bit of Fortnite in it. But when you're in there, what makes this game completely different? It's a 3-player, because everything co-op is 3-player these days. But it's 3-player extraction shooter. You can go in solo. You can go in with a squad. You go in and you actually have to solve puzzles. The idea is to collect 5 different glyphs. The glyphs, each one of them are scattered across the map, where everybody's running to collect these glyphs at the same time. And you have to do puzzles to unlock the glyph. So you'll do different things such as matching puzzles, killing puzzles. There's ones where you actually have to shoot different types of things and figure out how to unlock the puzzle. And once you do, you get a glyph. And the glyph itself will give you an ability. It gives you things such as revives, or it gives you better ammo or critical strike. Now, not only grabbing the glyphs, you are going to run around, you're going to collect trinkets, you're going to collect all different types of currency. You're going to get all different weapons and different rarity that has the typical different colors to tell you what's the better rarity. You're going to add different abilities on yourself. You come in with 2 separate abilities within the game, so you have 2 different types of skills that you can use and you can level up. You additionally come in with a traverser weapon, so your melee weapon is also your ability of a grappling hook. That's pretty neat. Haven't seen that. So the melee ability will actually have you traverse around the map. You go try to run to these different areas, find trinkets, pick things up, shoot other players, and once you have all 5 of the glyphs, you can find out where the artifact is on the particular island. You'll all race to it, you pick up the artifact, and then you try to run to an extraction point. When you have the artifact, everybody on the map knows. The moment you have an artifact, you're running, they're chasing you, PvP is going to happen. Now, why do you want to extract these artifacts? These artifacts are your abilities. Every one of these things are like a perk. You can add them onto you, you can level them up, you can put more abilities on them and then get better and better and better, and you add them to your character so that you could go back in and fight again. So this is a very unique mechanic. I haven't seen this in other games. It gives you a reason to go do the matches each time. Every time you go in, you get different types of currency. You will level up your abilities. You get quests that you have to go through, and as you progress the quests give you additional things as well. So, again, different type of PvPvE. I've been having a blast with this game. Just launched. Give it a shot. I'll probably play this one on stream. Go have fun with it. Alright, next up is Apocolypse Party. If you play games like Vampire Survivor or the million other versions of Survivors that have come out since Vampire Survivor, well, you need to check out this game. Vampire Survivor, just in case you guys don't know, came out a couple of years ago. Not really the OG version of this. Folks like myself have played games many years ago, very similar. But the idea is, you move around. That's it. You move around. And when you move around, you kill everything on the screen, you level yourself up, you evolve your weapons, and you get crazy abilities that automatically happen. You don't have to hit a key. Doesn't sound like it would be fun, but dear Lord, folks, you play it once, you're gonna get caught in this. Well, Apocolypse Party is another version of Vampire Survivor, but slight differences with it. First thing, full multiplayer. 4-player multiplayer. As you're leveling up your abilities, they have some crazy abilities. That's a barbecue, folks. That's throwing meat. Yep. And yep, that's a helicopter destroying everything. You'll have all different types of weapons, crazy ones from flamethrowers to zapping guns, and you run around, you still try to kill things and level up as you're killing them. But the difference is, each one of the maps has a whole different way that you can solve that map. So the one that you're watching now, this one, you had to actually get yourself to a certain level, go to these altars, and spawn a mini-boss. You have to stay within a certain area, kill the mini-boss, and then it gives you all different types of stuff, such as more abilities, more health, and then you move on and level up into the next one. If you can get through all 3 of them, you go down to the main boss, which, transparency folks, I haven't beaten the main boss, died instantly the moment it came to him. But, amazingly, every time you die, every time you go through, the meta progression is off the charts. You unlock more things that show up in the runs. You unlock abilities, new perks, new things that happen with them. New characters! All different weird characters! That's a king I have on here. A king. Randomly. They have a whole ton of content in this, and even multiple levels and different types of objectives to go through. So, this one again just came out, been having a blast with it, ton of multiplayer, look it up, Apocolypse Party on Steam. So, I fancy myself a D&D. I love Dungeons & Dragons. I love going through different role-playing games. And one of the things I love the most, other than terrorizing my GMs, I'll know the story there, long live chaos. But, other than doing, I enjoy the combat. I enjoy just setting different types of tactics, moving people around, rolling dice to see whether or not you're actually going to win the fight or not. and having all different types of outcomes for it. There was a game that came out a couple years ago on the VR, ton of fun, called Demeo. Demeo is a co-op game in which you pull together a party and you go through different types of books, and it's a whole bunch of just set up combat challenges. And you go through multiple levels to get down to the bottom so that you can fight the main boss within it. Along the way, you play cards. Cards are your ability. This is very D&D 4th edition, where you're playing the cards and you're actually having them do different types of abilities for each one of your characters. Well, a couple weeks ago, Demeo Battles came out. They announced it. It's both in VR as well as non-VR as well. Demeo is the same way. You can play it in VR. You can play it without VR as well. But Demeo Battles adds a multiplayer PvP component to it. So Demeo Battles, what makes this different is that you are going in with a character and you have to buy what you're going to fight in a battle with. Very quick battles, folks. Battles takes only about 15 minutes. Demeo Battles is 2v2 or 1v1 or 2v1, kind of like I played. Don't worry about it. And in these battles, you will buy all the cards for that battle. You will buy different monsters that fight for you within the battle. You set it up in a smaller map. And then you guys take turns going back and forth, moving around until you have completely killed the other team's heroes. Every full round that goes through, you get new cards, or if you get into one of the chests, you'll also get new cards, new abilities you can throw out. And it's surprisingly fun. They're quick matches. You can play solo. You can also play PvE versions of challenges in a solo mode. You can play multiplayer, quick play. I've never had a problem getting a game within it. Again, mixture of both the VR as well as the PC players. Friendly community. And I'm telling you folks, this was actually a lot of fun. If you just need a quick battle, a quick turn-based, and you don't want to play against PvE and play long-out campaigns, Demeo Battles is what you should look for. So check it out. Had some fun with this game. Again, another game I might end up playing on stream at some point, so I highly recommend this to everyone. Take a look and watch these kind of battles, because crits, baby, crits. What happens when you mix Lord of the Rings, Diggy Dwarves, and a survival multiplayer game? Well, you get the return to Moria, Lord of the Rings. Brand new survival game. It's out on the Epic Games Store. It is massively multiplayer. I think it's between 6 and 8 players that can play this game. And this game is insane. It is procedurally generated. So every time you go into this, while you're going to get some of the similar areas, everything is generated completely different. All the quests are different within it. All the different items you get are randomly scattered across the map for them. So this game is your typical Minecraft kind of crafting game with a incremental upgrade system. You're going to go around and mine all different types of ore. You're going to upgrade your abilities. All of your different items have durabilities with them. You've got a health system with stamina. You've got to cook food. You are fighting and moving through the mines, trying to make your way farther and farther into Moria and upgrade your character even more as you go through. Now, some of the unique things about this, it's third person as you go through. You can make it first person. I didn't quite enjoy that. The third person was much better. As you're actually working through third person, you're going to move around through these absolutely gorgeous environments. Look at some of this. All different varied environments that you're working through, but you're going to be digging and fighting. As you're digging, you actually sing. They're dwarves. Dwarves sing. And the singing gives you upgraded abilities that are buffs that last as you sing. And if you're in multiplayer, which I did not play in these clips as you're seeing, if you're in multiplayer, you're going to sing together. It's kind of neat. And there's, I believe, somewhere in the realms of 20 different songs within the game that they do. You can also get drunk. Dwarves get drunk. So they're drinking and you sing and drink and have all fun singing and drinking, which gives you a buff once again as you go through. But you're going to be fighting within third person. You're going to be picking up different abilities. They've got all the typical things that you're going to find within a survival game. So you're going to find different types of quests. You got to fix statues. You've got to pick up and deliver quests of things like these death markers that you're seeing at the moment. You got to collect them across the map, put them in. You're going to be fighting and collecting more and more rare abilities to upgrade and move through the mine and move farther down to Moria. Now, there are mini bosses that you go through. I believe there's also an end boss once you get to the end. These things are massive. I've seen videos of them. Ooh, they are going to be tough. So you build up, work your way through. And you can see here that I've built up a small base. They give you different areas that you can actually improve and build out and put stone walls, build earth with them. So all of these put together, you're going to have a multiplayer game that if you like these types of crafting games and fighting games, this is one you should check out. Again, multiplayer, it's on the Epic Games Store. I had a lot of fun with it. This is one that I just kind of pull up from time to time whenever I just feel like crafting and creating things and being a dwarf. So I jump in, play fun with this. Check it out, turn Moria. Alright, last but not least, if not evident by the totally different genre and different games that I play tons of different games. All different types of them. And I'm moving between game after game after game. Just how it works with me. Sometimes, though, some games can catch me, and I can't put them down. I'm sure a few of them are actually going to be featured on this channel, and this is one of them that just came out this past Thursday, called Steamworld Build. So, Steamworld, giant, popular series that has been on every system you can think about. Normally it's a platformer 2D side-scrolling thing, but this go-round, Steamworld Build jumps into a whole different genre. And not just one different genre, two different genres. The first genre is a city builder. You like city building, and you like resource management, you like making sure you min-max, and you've got all different types of abilities that sort of has a satisfactory or factory building crafting system where one building actually creates an item that's needed by another building to upgrade them. That's what the first part of this game is. You're managing this city of robots that you have. Your idea is trying to get off of this particular planet that you're on, and you're going to be building out the city, upgrading your city, creating everything from your workers to your engineers to your aristocrats, building all different types of buildings, connecting them together, make sure that you've got a running efficient with happy robots that are satisfied in all their different needs. That's the first half of the game. The second half of this game is something akin to a dungeon keeper or evil genius. When you go down into the mine, you turn into a totally different game. Your idea is to actually build out and work through this mine by building all different types of engineers and prospectors and guards that go through, and you're trying to build different types as you're digging through this mine and trying to keep this mine safe. You have to build different areas that are going to build out all of the different types of workers that you have. You have to build extractors, and then you've got to make it so that those types of resources are pulled out from these different extractors, sent up through the mine to help your city side. So it is a symbiotic side. You need engineers from your city side to make sure you can actually build these types of equipment down in your mines, and vice versa, you need all the different types of resources that are down in your mine to make your city build more and move on. And you're going deeper and deeper in the mine that has different types of enemies that come out, all different types of new resources you have to build, different types of turrets. It's got a little bit of tower defense in it as well. And funny enough, folks, this works. You wouldn't think mashing all of these different genres together would work, but it keeps you hooked. It keeps you hooked to the point that I beat the first story of this. I played 2 separate sessions, and I couldn't stop. I was building the city, and then I opened up another resource, and then I had another type of worker that was available to work on, and then the mine went a little bit more, and then I went to the next version of the mine, and I needed new types of building to work through. And I sat through an entire play session. Took me roughly about 6 to 10 hours going through the first one, and they make it replayable once you beat a particular map, and I believe they have 5 different maps. You get an ability that helps you the next time you play through it. And the maps are different. They're different areas, different stories that go through them. So this was a little game that wasn't expecting a lot of, but I couldn't put down. And so I highly recommend, if you're into these types of genres, even though there are many different ones, give it a shot. I'm not sure if there's a demo out still. There was a demo when I originally played, but this game's pretty cheap on Steam. Jump into Steam, pull this down, and I bet you're going to have a lot of fun with Steamworld Build. Alright folks, it's time to hit pause on this week's episode and press start. If you want to follow along, make sure that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, it helps me out big time. So if you can hit all those buttons, you'll know the next episode goes live. I'm going to try to have every episode live every Saturday, every week. If you want to come watch me play some of these things live, I'm live on Twitch and YouTube every Thursday. But for now, folks, time to hit pause. take a break. We'll see you next week.